Come on a journey with me, Bree Lawrenson, where we talk about the stories behind the scenes in the music industry. Grab a drink or four. This is your front row ticket in to the distillery with me, Bree. We gave away a Yeti cooler in October, $1,000 in December, and because of the Patreon family, Bree Lawrenson Patreon family, we were able to donate $500 to the Children's Hospital here in Ottawa. Thank you to my Patreon family. Join the fun. Check it out. Bree Lawrenson on Patreon. We do giveaways all the time. And with 68 new members, we would love to keep growing. Check us out. Bree Lawrenson on Patreon.
Welcome to another episode of The Distillery with Bree. I am Addict T. Joined, as always, with Brianne Marie.
No, please do not call me Brianne Marie.
That's what I call
And I
you.
think that you have to turn up your mic a little bit, too.
Okay.
A little bit more.
Okay.
My name is Bree Lawrenson, and welcome to the distillery with me and my lovely co-host, Addict T.
Yes. Closer a little.
We're doing video as well as audio here, which we usually do.
Yeah.
And all the Patreon members get the video. So we're working on the audio sound and the visuals. And we're learning a lot. And
trying to finish it all and trying to fix it all.
work it all out. But you know what? There's nothing like just doing it and then learning, you know?
That's what, yeah.
Learning along the way. I mean,
that's
what I've done my whole entire life.
It's a lot of fun. You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. I put my makeup on and I redid all my braids.
Yeah, so you did your braids by yourself. That's crazy.
I know. I figured out how to, so story about these braids. I've literally had these braids since I was 15.
Yeah.
Okay. I started getting them done when I was 15.
Yeah.
And, because I had a friend, my life has just been like a big show. I feel like I have, when I was that age, we were always driving somewhere and my mom was taking me somewhere in the car to sing. And I had friends who were singers and actually my one friend, so this is actually why I did my hair this way. Her name is Vanessa.
Oh, was she the one on a TV show or something?
She's a star.
Yeah.
She's a TV star.
Yeah. She married a baseball player.
She did, but I don't think they're married anymore.
Oh.
They ended up having a baby. And then, right as soon as she got pregnant, he left her or something like that. They've done a good job of keeping all that kind of quiet. But
good for
I
them.
follow her on Instagram. She's got millions of followers. I don't think she would remember that we were so close because she was so young when I was 15.
How old was she? How old was she then?
She was probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so she was singing from that age, too. So I was 12 and she was 8, I'd say.
You were. So she's 4 years younger than you. Okay.
So she's a star on Riverdale.
Riverdale, that's what it was.
Riverdale on Netflix.
Is that still going on?
I think so.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What were you watching the other day on Netflix when I was at work? Because I worked last Saturday night, and you were watching something on Netflix. You said something like a baby or.
It was the documentary for that little boy that died because at the hands of his parents, basically.
Oh, dang.
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
This happened in the States?
Story of Gabriel Fernandez murders. Yeah. Happened in the States. I get myself deep into those documentary series.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
I know.
but every now and then it's fun. It just shuts my mind off. But I still, at the same time, I'm like, I can't believe this is like a true story.
It's crazy watching that as a parent now.
Yes.
It's a little different
exactly.
watching that as a parent now.
And before you got home, I said to myself, I don't think I can keep watching this.
there was this thing circulating around TikTok. I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was this girl, this lady, and she brought her baby with her, but it was minus temperature, so it was freezing cold. Uh-huh. She brought her baby to Walmart, and this kid, she just brought him in a diaper.
Oh,
into Walmart. She just put him in a shopping cart, And
wow, I feel bad when I don't put Zane's coat on properly.
well, I mean, and we just bring him from the car, and the car's already
it's
warmed
hard
up.
in the winter, but
It's
wow,
yeah. So it was, and she just had a garbage bag on him.
a garbage bag.
Yeah, and then he had a diaper on, and a lot like there was this one lady who came up and like said like, I'm gonna buy your son clothes, and she started putting clothes on him.
Yeah.
And a Walmart employee went and like approached her, and I guess the Walmart employee got fired.
Why?
Because they were interfering or something. So I haven't really followed up
there
on
was
that
probably
piece because
a big...
I'm curious about that. But that lady ended up getting arrested, and like the kid's in foster care now.
Aw, and see that's...
But she was buying like frozen French fries and throwing it, not throwing it, but like tossing it in the cart, and it would go on his legs. And he had no pants on or anything. And he was just this cute little kid. He had curly hair like Zane.
Yeah, that stuff, it's hard
hits harder as a parent.
It
now.
hits even harder, yeah.
So I was talking to you earlier about Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about her stalker?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I believe that she has a stalker.
Yeah, I have it here. I'm just going to read you like
She has
something
a
quickly.
few.
So a Seattle man was arrested for a third time in 5 days, less than an hour after being released for a second time by a Manhattan judge, after police said he was lurking outside Taylor Swift's Tribeca townhouse. According to court records, David Crow now faces numerous charges including stalking, harassment, and criminal contempt. On Wednesday, a judge granted a temporary order of protection and charged Crow with criminal contempt in the second degree, meaning he was being disobedient to or disrespectful toward a court of law. So Andrew Warshauer, a deputy chief in the New York County District Attorney's Office, said Crow willfully disobeyed the order of protection issued by the judge. Photographic and video evidence showed Crow returning to a dumpster near Swift's apartment after being released from an arraignment Wednesday.
What?
So this was earlier this week. So this guy got arrested, was it to say 5 times? For a third time in 5 days. So 3 times in 5 days, he went back to Taylor Swift's house to stalk her. So apparently, like,
Did he try and, like, get in contact with her? Obviously. Like, did he...
So man seen digging through the trash near Swift's home. Neighbors said they spotted Crow digging through a dumpster across from the singer's New York City home Wednesday afternoon. When Crow was asked by 5 News in New York why he was stalking Swift, he said, "I'm not. I was grabbing some of my pants they threw in the dumpster when they falsely arrested me."
Oh, dear.
Like, you don't get falsely arrested like a million times in a couple days, dude.
No.
Not a billion, but...
No, well,
5
I
times in
mean,
3
does he
days or
think they have a
whatever.
vendetta against him? Because
No, I just think,
that's
you know,
a lot.
it's the guy's probably something mentally wrong. You know, he's mentally ill or something.
Yeah.
I would imagine. But, like, first of all, do you know who Kelsey's boyfriend is?
You mean Taylor?
Taylor. Who's, her
Who's
boyfriend?
Kelsey?
Travis Kelsey. That's her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I'm like Kelsey Ballerini.
No. Travis Kelsey. That's her boyfriend.
Yeah,
So-
her boyfriend is the big famous football player right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's, like, huge.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Like-
why the fuck would you want to mess
Like
with her?
physically huge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like-
Because people are sick. People
Well,
are
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
crazy.
look at what some people do to their kids.
I
Like,
know.
I can't. Why?
I know.
It's very
nuts.
disheartening. And, you know, you look at kids are innocent.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
so innocent.
Yeah.
Um,
They got nothing to
and-
do with nothing.
Yeah. Well, they just rely on us so much.
But isn't that
you know?
crazy? And and Travis Kelsey, so he just punched his ticket to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Um,
And how
I-
old is he?
he's probably mid to late 20s.
My
to late
friend's
20s.
so funny. She's like, he makes $1 million. He's a multimillionaire. She's a billionaire.
Oh, he
just
makes
like
more than $1 million.
Just take your presents and go. Start your family. You know.
But you know what? He's a great football player, though. Like he's a great football player.
That's what they say. I
Yeah.
have no idea because
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
You should
football.
start watching football.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding?
I'm a little sad that my Bills didn't make it, but that's okay. We got next year. I'm not wearing my Bills stuff right now. I'm still a little disappointed, but
Yeah. I was wearing
I'm a
your
Chiefs guy
Raptors
now.
jersey all weekend.
Yeah.
It was very
Yeah.
comfortable.
it's a nice jersey.
I think I want it.
I've only worn it once because it's a Kawhi Leonard jersey from the year they won the NBA championship. And
Well, I
you
guess
wore it
I
like
shouldn't-
3 different times.
I guess I
don't-
shouldn't say. I think I spilled pickle juice.
What? Did you really?
I'm sorry. I put it in the wash.
No.
Yeah.
I've never washed it.
Why not?
Because I've only worn it once, and it's for the
my-
reason I don't wear them anymore. It seemed like my Kobe Bryant jersey.
I don't know where that one is.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's fine.
because that one's hidden.
Okay. Well, now you
Frickin'
know.
Kobe Bryant.
If you don't want pickle juice on your
So
jersey.
did you wash it?
I don't know if it's in the... Yes, I did.
Bitch.
Yes, I
Kawhi
did.
frickin' Leonard.
What did you call me? A Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard. It's the person's jersey you were wearing.
Oh. Okay.
God.
Sorry. I thought that
That's
was a
all
new
right.
term of endearment.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll get over it, I guess. We'll have that fight after.
Okay.
Put that on the back burner for right now so we don't...
We'll put it on Patreon for the Patreons.
Actually, I tell you, we're shooting commercials this weekend.
No.
Yeah, Samaya's coming over. I forgot to tell you.
We're going to do a commercial
We're
for...
doing a commercial for our show on April 19th. Tickets are on sale right now. You can check them out on Eventbrite.
or if, like, Facebook, BrieLawrence.com.
Yeah, Facebook,
anywhere.
BrieLawrence.com. You can check out all your links.
Yeah.
We're finding a way to get that on Patreon Live. So whether that be via Zoom or whatever the case is, we're going to look
Yeah.
to get that live. for our
Because there's a
Patreon
lot
members.
of Patreon members that are from the States.
Yeah,
and they won't be
100%.
able to make it there to be physically there. But they still want to be there. So we'll make sure we set up a live stream.
Yeah, we're going to look to do that. So
Yeah.
so we're shooting a commercial for it. So that'll go on like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. So look for that. I was supposed to have a script ready about 2 weeks ago, but I haven't done it. I'm
for
a last
what?
minute type of guy.
For the show?
Casper, get in.
Why were you... Casper, what are you doing, honey? Listen.
Our cat is here. Okay, get the
I thought he was
fuck
going to
away
meow.
from her.
He just did.
He has a weird meow.
Meow.
What were you asking me?
About the... I'm sorry, I'm just so distracted. He keeps
know.
coming over here. About the show.
Yeah.
The distillery. The tickets are on sale now.
Tickets are on sale.
And we have a special guest live
Yeah,
performance that night.
Brad Scott, which actually we'll reach out to him after this and we'll get him
We'll
on
have
the
to
show.
have him on, yeah.
For sure, 100%.
And he has his own Patreon as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's... And we have a new Patreon member as well
Nice.
this weekend. So it's been wonderful. We got some really cool other stuff coming up, giveaways and stuff.
Well, just to kind of get back to the show
Yeah.
on April 19th. So
With
we're
Brad.
we're with Brad. So we're doing a live podcast. Doors open at 6:30. It'll go right till about 11. We're gonna meet and greet after with Bree. We're actually gonna be making some merch. So we're actually gonna be purchasing this week a device called the Cricket,
A cricket.
and that's to make your own merch. So we're gonna have a busy
'Cause-
time leading up to it because we're gonna start making our own merch.
Yeah, because there's a tier in my Patreon where members, if you join the third tier,
Yeah.
you get your own personalized merch.
Yeah.
So it's just easier for us to start.
Just make it ourselves
Yeah.
rather than having to order. So we're gonna do a live podcast recording, and then we're gonna have Brad Scott open up the musical part of the show, and then Bree will obviously close it off as a headliner. So we're excited. It's gonna be at Oakfield Rugby Park, right here in the Ottawa area.
And the seats are limited. There's
Seats
not
are limited.
a lot.
Yep,
And
yep,
they're
seats are
already
limited.
selling. So
Yeah, we've sold quite a few already. So we're pretty excited for it. I
if
think
you're
it'll
in
be a
the
pretty good
Ottawa
show.
Valley area,
Yeah, April
you
19th.
come on out. April.
When's Easter?
I think Easter is usually after.
It's like
I'm
the
not
first
sure.
weekend of April.
No.
No?
First?
I can't remember. I was going to say make good Easter presents for people.
We wanted
So I think today we wanted to talk about the time you wrote with the dude.
That's what we were supposed to do last episode.
Yeah, that's what we were supposed to do last time, and then Dwayne got us off track.
We got carried away.
Yeah.
There's
Well, we got
nothing
excited.
wrong
We
with
got
that.
excited. We were talking with Dwayne, and then we kept moving on.
Dwayne, 424, 430.
Keep crushing it out there, man. Keep trucking, man.
Semi-trailers
That's
now.
it.
Oh
You're
my
you're a
gosh.
badass. You're a badass.
And
But we wanted to talk about who was it?
so I got to write with a writer a hit writer who basically was one of the writers for Blake Shelton's big song called Austin. And so
Yes.
Austin was the song that made Blake Shelton famous, basically. I'm trying
What was
to
his
think
name?
of the lyrics right now. It's a story song, and the cool thing about it was when I got into the room with him,
So
I knew already.
What?
I can't remember because I
You don't
lost
remember
everything.
You don't remember what year? Oh, it was because it was on your other phone.
Yep.
That's such shit.
So I have the story to talk about, and I always will. But
And-
yeah, the
and-
song that we wrote together
But
was called "Fairweather Friend,"
yeah,
and
you don't remember it though.
I do remember not so much the melody, but the way that we were wording it as
Hit us with something.
It's not always going to be fair weather.
It's not always.
Going to be fair weather. My fair weather friend.
Nice.
Meaning like, it's basically about the people that are around only for the good times, but not the bad, the fair weather friends.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
And
Do you remember what year this was?
it was, I guess, after we got married, I think.
Yeah, it's like 2017 or something.
Yeah, well,
And Bree had a phone that literally had a lot of stuff
no,
from your
it
trips to
must-
Nashville.
yeah, because I
Right.
lost that phone when we
And
lived in the
that
apartment.
phone, yeah.
I didn't lose it. It all of a sudden it went into something called recovery mode, and we took it to the Apple geniuses, and
And
they
the guy's
couldn't.
just like, I'm not a genius, guys.
And they
This
were
is
just
not...
like, well, it's gone. We'll fix it, but everything's gone.
Yeah, it was balls. But anyways, I always cut you off.
It's okay. I went to Nashville because I was going there every few months for like a month to write with basically whoever I could write with. And then I got fortunate enough to write with a bunch of hit writers. And so he was one of them. Just if you want to know the names, of the writers, Austin by Blake Shelton, just Google it.
It's a good song, too.
Because I didn't get to write with all the writers. I think that it was written by 2 people. So it was just the one. And I got in the room with him and I said, okay, I know what I want to write, but before we do anything, you got to tell me about that song.
Yeah.
Like, how did you guys write that song? And I can't believe that, I get to write with you, kind of thing. Usually I don't go into the writing meetings knowing their stories because it usually
But did they
makes
tell
me
you the
nervous.
names of the people you're writing with?
Yeah, and so
okay.
what you can do is just like go and look them up, right?
Yeah.
But
Google their
so,
styles or whatever so you can
and
kind
who
of
they've
match and
written
who they've written
hits
with.
for,
Which is what you did.
which is no, I didn't. Well, for him,
Yeah.
but I did not with the Kelsey Ballerini.
Oh,
A&R
yeah,
guy.
that's right. Yeah.
I totally went into that one blind. But, just because I want to keep it as authentic as possible. I don't want to be threatened. I don't want them to feel threatened. When you get into a room to write a song with someone, you have to lay all that down at the door.
Yeah.
Like your ego,
Yeah.
and
You're equal.
literally
That's what you
just
have to think.
bare your soul because
Of
that's
course.
what you're doing.
Which is
So-
still crazy to me. I mentioned it before, but you guys are literally getting in and like 5 minutes later, you're just like, I went through this traumatic experience and this
Yeah.
is, that's,
It's
that's
like,
crazy to me.
Hey,
so.
we're gonna get to know each other real
Yeah.
fast.
It takes me a long time to trust somebody, so it's
I know.
crazy.
And yeah, I asked him to tell me about where the song came from and how it was written and everything. And he laughed and he said, "Yeah, I get those questions a lot. That song was the number 1 for him and he, blew up after that. We actually wrote it about a friend of ours." So
Nice southern drawl.
I can't get right back into it unless I'm there. They had a writer friend who was also a musician. So Nashville's kind of like a little small town, but it's a big town. But all
Yeah.
the writers, you kind of know each other. You hear each other's names or whatever. So he said, I don't know, we were just getting in the room and we were talking, me and my friend the lady, I think it was a lady who wrote it with him. They had known each other for years and they've written songs together and everything. And they were talking about a friend who was also a writer and a musician, but he played a lot on the Strip. And so he kind of got into this routine of coming home late and drunk. And
He did, the guy?
no, not the writer, their
Oh,
friend.
the friend. Okay,
And this
sorry.
this is who the song is about,
Okay.
basically.
Let's call him Bob.
So, or you can call him Austin.
Or like, that's probably his name, I guess, isn't it?
Actually, no.
That
If you
makes
listen to the song, oh yeah, if this is Austin, I still love you. Yeah, actually, I think the girl's name might be Austin. Anyways, this song was written because their writer friend was getting into like staying out late and partying because he was a musician. It's the nature of the business, and his wife or his girlfriend that he lived with at the time got tired of it, and she just left. She went back to Austin, I think. That's where
So is
she
Austin,
went.
Austin a song or a person?
If this is Austin, I still love you. Either Austin is her name or it's about where she went. Anyway, she left him
Yeah.
because she couldn't do it anymore, right? And this guy kept pining for her, basically.
What's pining mean?
Are you
Like-
showing that your English is your second language?
Tell the world.
Pining means
Not from this country.
he was heartbroken and just waiting for her to come home.
Ah, I got
Okay,
you. He's pined.
so so all of his friends knew what happened and they were starting and so these two writers were talking about it and they, like, you know how you like gossip about friends with other friends.
Yeah.
I like it was just a friendly conversation, like, oh, did you hear so and so, you know. And then all of a sudden they just started writing this song and it kind of all came together and it was a story about this guy's life, or at the moment what he was going through. And so he left a message on his phone. He basically kept on living his life and doing his daily things, like after his girlfriend left him. But he had this message that he left on his phone. Every time someone will call, they get the message on the answering machine, and he says, if this is Friday, I'm at the lake. If you've got something to sell, like, you're wasting your time. And at the end of it, every day, it was always the same thing. If this is Austin, I still love you. And so she ends up calling the number, and she hears the message because he's like not there.
Yeah.
And she said, like, you know it when you listen to the words. If you really listen to the lyrics, she like dropped the phone, and she said, "How could someone like it, a love that strong? You know, how could he still be holding on?" And then so she waited a few days, and she called again. Or no, sorry, she called again. She left her number and not another word. That's like a part of the lyrics.
So she just called and just said, my phone number is
She said,
613-999.
"This is Austin. This is my number," and that's it. Clunk. She hung up. And then when he called her back, she answered the phone and said, "If this is Austin, I still love you." Like, you have to listen to the.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
I wonder how we're so like good together, eh? We're complete opposites here. But yeah.
That's great. So he told you that?
Yeah, he told me about the story, and I said, "So what happened when the guy found out that you wrote his #1 hit about him?"
He's probably
and he
pissed.
goes, "Actually, we did. After we wrote the song, we called him and we said, listen, like, we wrote this song inspired by you," and they actually offered him like writing credits.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's
because he
very
was
nice
a
of
writer,
them. They didn't have to do
but
that.
he didn't take it.
Oh, no?
No.
Well, he's an idiot.
I know, right? And the song went to like, it was huge.
Yeah, that's
It made Blake
that
Shelton
sucks.
famous,
It made
you know?
Blake Shelton probably a lot of money.
Yeah, so that's a story that I carried away, even though I didn't have my phone after I deleted
That's awesome,
it, after
though.
everything got deleted. But it's kind of cool to know the real story and the
Yeah.
organic way that, you know, the song happened.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
it's
So he wrote the song along with the ex-girlfriend.
No, he didn't write it with the ex-girlfriend. He wrote it with, so the writer that I was with in the room,
Yeah.
he wrote it with another peer.
Oh, who knew the story?
Who they both knew
Oh,
they both
okay.
knew of, so, you know, Bob is what you say. They both
his
knew
name
the
is
guy.
Austin.
They both
Well,
knew
actually,
the
we're not
guy
even
whose
sure,
wife
but-
left him because, you know, he's just another songwriter.
Can you give us the chorus?
Yeah. If this is Tuesday night, I'm bowling. If you got something to sell, you're wasting your time. I'm not buying. And if there's if it's anybody else, you know what to do. P.S. If this is Austin, I still love you. So he's always just waiting for her to call.
So that's true. So he he would actually leave voicemails like that.
Yeah, he let his answering machine.
Or his answering machine was like that.
Yeah, it was real. They said it. I don't know if that part was real, but
that's like movie shit.
But yeah, like yeah, and that's how songs turn into movies, and
That's nuts. What was the music? I remember I watched the music video. I think it was like a day yesterday.
I haven't watched the music video.
Oh no, I did.
Years.
I did. It was a good video. It was just there was a lot of Blake Shelton on a red Mustang.
Blake Shelton has changed a lot since he became.
Oh, he was young.
Like old school Blake Shelton.
Yeah, he was young.
If you listen to that song, it doesn't even sound like him now.
Oh, really?
If you listen to that song, and then you listen to Blake Shelton stuff now, it's just like, whoa, his
voice is
his
different?
tone and everything is different.
Why do you think that is?
Well, he was a lot younger then.
Yeah. Puberty probably or something.
No, I think he was in his early 20s. Actually, I worked with his manager she was his manager before he was huge. So yeah, and she said that she told me that he was a dog.
He was a dog.
No, he was a dog. I'm like, oh.
Just wanted to sleep with everybody.
Yeah, apparently he left.
He's a good-looking young man.
Well, and now he's a millionaire. So.
Is he married to Gwen Stefani?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got to meet him at one.
Yeah, you did. He was gigantic. There's a picture circulating
his
somewhere
head
online.
is huge.
He's got a big head.
His head is like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like two of your heads.
And then my head just went to his armpit.
Well, but also
so
you're
big.
short.
Wow.
Well,
Thank you.
short.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You are short.
For all of our viewers who've never seen me in person.
She's short.
I'm a little person.
Yeah. Well, no.
Not
that
little.
Technically, a little person is under 5 feet.
Right.
And you're like 5'4".
No, I'm 5'2".
Or 5'2", even shorter than 5'4". You're a couple inches away, but you're not a little person.
Thank you.
That's I remember when you met him. You met him at Blues Fest.
Yes.
Backstage.
Mm-hmm.
He performed that night too, did he not? Oh, probably.
Yeah.
He's not hanging out.
He's not just hanging out.
Yeah.
Or unless he was just hanging out in Miranda Lambert. So he was married to Miranda Lambert at the time that I met him. And
Did you ask about Miranda?
I just kept going on and on about
just
her.
Just be like, Blake, how's the wife?
I'm like, I love your wife. Oh my gosh. He's like, and he looked at me. He's like, oh, thank you, sweetie. He was like, really?
He's trying to hit on you? I swear to God.
Yeah.
I'll punch his big head.
Yeah, if he did, I would have left with him.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Divorce him, take half the money, and come back.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. So you guys wrote farewell. So what happened after that story? Like,
so after that story, we took probably 2.5 hour session, and we.
But did you ask any? Do you remember asking any questions about the story, like, or was it just like 30 seconds? He was just like, yeah, that was it, and you're like, okay, cool, let's move on.
Yeah, I don't remember asking anything specific other than like.
You were probably like, holy shit, that's
what's the
cool.
story behind that song? Like,
yeah.
How do you feel about having one of your singles hit?
That's awesome.
Like, you must have made some good bank,
Yeah.
you
You
as
were
a
probably
writer.
thinking this song's gonna crush it.
Yeah, and then we didn't do anything with it.
Is it released anywhere at all?
No.
Or no? Is it even recorded?
He has a recording of us.
Do you have
doing it.
Well, I guess you don't anymore.
I don't. No.
You should reach out to him, try to get a recording.
Yeah, I could.
Because that'd be cool for release to Patreon.
Yeah.
A song that's never.
I think
maybe
he
one day it'll
wanted
get
to
released.
do like a
but-
rewrite of it.
With you?
Yeah, and then we just never, we just never were able to connect at the same time when I was in Nashville.
Remember after your Blues Fest show, or not Blues Fest, last year at Blues Fest when you opened up for Shania, and her backup singer came up, and was just like, "Holy shit, you're amazing!"
Yeah.
He messaged you on Instagram and wanted to write with you. Is there anything been from that or?
No, I haven't sent him anything yet.
No.
He said. He's like, because I kept saying, oh my God, you're so amazing. Because I see stories and stuff. And then he messages me and he's like, hey, do you want to, I was wondering if you would like to collaborate. He's very Scottish.
Yeah,
he's got a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I'd love to do that. And he's like, oh, right, like, let me know when you come up with something, send it to me, and I'll come up with something for it. And so I haven't been into the writing session, writing a lot lately.
You have a ton of songs that are just kind of sitting on the shelf right now.
Mm-hmm. This is all, work that I gotta get to.
That's right. That should be at the top of the list.
Aside from...
Because maybe you guys write a song that he presented to Shania, and Shania's just like, who's this Brie Lawrence? I don't know how
Shania does not have a southern drawl.
That's true. I guess she's from Canada. She's got like a northern accent, maybe. Yeah. She's from Timmins, right? I think she's from Timmins.
Timmins, yeah. I think she lives in Greece now.
Does she live in Greece?
I think so. No, it's Switzerland. Sorry, it's Switzerland.
Really?
She lives like right on the ocean in a huge castle with like...
Castle?
Yes, it's like a castle.
Damn.
You and I have to watch that documentary together.
I thought we did watch a documentary.
I've watched it.
I was in and out.
Well, okay, good. Well, you can see the mansion in that documentary.
Yeah.
When she's riding her horses.
You should try to get something back, because that'd be really cool. I mean, imagine he brings that to Shania, and Shania's just like, holy shit. I want Brie in my castle tomorrow. Then they send out a private jet. Probably have to call Taylor Swift or borrow her private jet, fly it out here, pick us up, fly us over to the castle.
Remember when we met the guy that had the private jet?
Yeah, I was an idiot.
Anyway.
We met this guy who wanted to take us on a parade. He also wanted to take us to the Super Bowl. And I was just like, yeah, I'll go to the Super Bowl, man. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, we were catfished.
And then it was just like a couple weeks before. But for what reason? A couple weeks before...
I don't know.
Like everything is we sent him no personal information.
I know, no,
like he just knew who we were. And then a couple weeks before, we were supposed to like fly out to the Super Bowl and
the day
Florida,
came and
I think, and the day came and
we didn't end up going to meet him at his the airport. Or
no, well, I mean, he just ghosted us for like a couple weeks, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go meet you somewhere, man. Like,
the internet is a funny thing.
And we didn't really reach out to him either.
No,
I'm just like, you're the one with the private jet.
I remember waking up that morning. That morning that I looked at my phone and I had that message from him. He was like, we want to make you like famous and I have all kinds of money and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, what do you say to something like that? Do you say no or do you say yes? And just like hope for the best? Like, I don't know.
We wanted to be like Taylor Swift and fly in a private jet. You know what's crazy? So Taylor Swift is going to the Super Bowl probably to watch Travis Kelce.
If she's not playing.
Well, no, she plays the day before in Japan.
Oh.
So she'll be flying. She'll take her private jet after her Japan show over to Vegas because that's where the Super Bowl is. Well, damn it.
I know. Like, why
Japan is one of the places I would love to visit.
I know.
Japan is Japan and South Korea. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would not want to go to North Korea because they're crazy, but I would. Yeah. Anyways.
I know you would like the whole atmosphere. Well, there's tons of people everywhere, and the
Korea,
food.
Japan, China. It's just their culture is so interesting to me, and I read a lot about it. I watch a lot of videos about it. I just find it crazy interesting. The things that, and especially in like China and Japan, their technology is so much more advanced than us, and I don't think we realize it.
Oh, for sure.
Like they're so much further ahead in AI and so many other things.
Okay, AI is starting to scare me a little.
AI is crazy. Like, there was this guy on this Joe Rogan podcast who's like, he's like, if there's one thing we should be fearing more than nuclear wars, it's artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
There's been stuff that's done now where, like, so a lot of people have been using like artificial intelligence to write reports and stuff like that, like through AI apps and all that crap.
Yeah.
So there was this one thing, and I forgot. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I wish I could remember the context of what it was. But basically, they asked artificial intelligence like a very specific question, and it didn't know the answer, so basically made up the answer. So when they went back into like the data to see like how this artificial intelligence found the answer, they just found that this artificial intelligence literally just brought the answer out of like thin air.
Really?
Which is nuts. Because
then it could start lying to us.
Yeah. Or become like fucking iRobot with Will Smith.
Yeah.
We're going to have to call Will Smith to come help us.
So, Will Smith.
But it's it's crazy going through everything and like, being born in the 80s and and
being born in the 80s and seeing how much the world has changed.
And seeing just the world changing. And I know people that were born before us and stuff like that are saying the same exact thing. And maybe it's not something you realize till you're older. But technology is just so much more far advanced. And even me, like I'm a technology guy. Like I would say that I fairly understand how to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you always usually.
You know,
I'm
and I love it.
Fix this for me.
Yeah,
Why is this not working?
I used to put together computers, and I used to, like literally hardware full of computers, and I put them together, and I would set computers up for my dad's friends and stuff, and it was like a hobby of mine. But I can't keep up now. Like I'm having a hard time.
You're like, my brain is just
I'm having a hard
old.
time. I'm having a really hard time. But
I know.
Anyways, so back to the Super Bowl. So Super Bowl tickets are like $9,000 or like $9,200 or $9,300 average for one fucking seat.
Yeah.
Like that's stupid, man. Like
crazy.
Come on, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Sometimes I've heard that
there is
Adele sells her tickets.
But that's
for
nuts.
like thousands of dollars.
I think when we were going to go to Vegas, because I was supposed to go to Vegas for work a few months back, so we were going to go.
Yeah.
And Adele tickets were like $500 or $600 American. Remember? Because I looked up. Was it Adele tickets?
It wasn't Adele. It was Britney Spears.
Maybe it was Britney
or
Spears.
Mariah.
Maybe it was. Oh, it was probably Mariah Carey. But like $600 for a ticket, man. Come on. Like that's
well. If you think about it, the music industry suffered incredibly.
It did, and I agree with you.
And these artists and their labels, they need to make money somehow.
No, Mariah Carey is fine.
Well, Mariah Carey is an entity
Adele
that is still
fucking
going.
Fine. All right, like
they're fine, but no, they need to start. They need to keep making money.
If they make money.
How? Because they sell $900 tickets.
But no, that's crazy though. $900.
But people buy them.
I know people buy them, and I'm like, blows my mind.
I know. Well,
good on them, hey man. If you can afford it, hell yeah, have fun. But I'm just like, it'd be amazing to go see a show like that.
Yeah.
But not have I don't even know if I was rich if I'd pay that much money to go.
That's because it's not an extreme interest for you. Music is in concerts.
I love football.
You love football.
I love football. But I don't even know. Well, I probably would pay $9,000 for a ticket.
Yeah, like if you, when you think about it, the world is full of people who are diehard fans of this and that, and there's always a market for it. And music is one of the biggest markets out there. Especially now with the internet.
Listen, I got one more thing
that
I want to say before I start that. Can you give us one line from Fairweather Friend again? Do you remember anything?
It won't always be fair weather.
But can you
fair weather friend? I told you I don't remember the melody. No.
Sing that for us. It won't be a bear.
It won't always be fair weather, my fair weather friend. It was something like that.
Nice, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first on the Distillery. Fair weather friend. So yesterday we were talking about ideas. I got talking to the mic. That's why I'm holding it.
Yeah, good.
I'm getting better. So yesterday we were
to edit last week.
I know. Fuck, that took forever. Yesterday we were talking about ideas for the podcast, and besides the Blake Shelton piece, and Bree had an idea.
Yes.
Now I thought of this morning, but I didn't want to say anything to you. So Bree had a great idea, and she's just like, "Why don't we do some questions? Like, how well do you know me?"
Yeah.
So I got some questions for you.
Okay.
Let's see how well. Let's see how well she knows me.
Yeah.
I'll ask you 4 or 5 questions.
Okay.
What's my favorite food?
Your favorite food?
Yes.
Hamburgers.
Yeah. Love me. We were supposed to have chicken burgers tonight.
No, we weren't.
Oh, no. I'll have chicken burgers tomorrow.
We're going to have them eventually.
I love
tonight
burgers.
was what you wanted for the recipe from TikTok, and I made it. And it was bomb.
It was good. It was good. You liked it, eh?
I didn't actually have any yet. I just had some salad.
So what we did was we found the recipe on TikTok, and it was like a wrap, and then you make it into a pizza. Like you put some sauce and cheese, and I like olives, so I put some olives on there and some hot dogs
because he won't eat normal pepperoni.
Yeah. And then we folded it, and then you fry it. It was really good.
In the frying pan.
It was really, really good. What's my favorite hobby?
Your favorite hobby?
Yeah.
Sports?
Probably. I don't really have any hobbies.
What did you say? What's the answer?
I don't know. I don't think I have any hobbies. I don't think I have any hobbies.
Either sports or podcasting or playing video games.
All playing video games. Yep. I mean, we do a lot of podcasting with us and with Tim's show, Bearded and Board. Check them out. New episode
Bearded
released.
and Board.
New episode released today. Actually, I mentioned the distillery.
Nice. Good. Wow.
I do every podcast. They're actually a great sponsor of the show, Bearded and Board.
They
Check them
are.
out.
Well, we also shout them out in the newsletter every month.
What's my favorite TV show?
Your favorite TV show?
Yeah.
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld or The Office?
Okay.
Seinfeld
So
or The Office.
Seinfeld's
That
like
was good.
your office before the office was the office.
What food do I hate?
What food do you hate?
Yeah. Anything that I don't know, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't really try it. As much as I want to try new things, and it's something that I would love to do, I have a hard time with trying new foods.
I know. Well, the only reason why you started eating vegetables is because I made you.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot of vegetables. I do
So
now.
I would say like salad or
No,
Brussels
I like it
sprouts.
now. Well, Brussels sprouts are gross.
Yeah.
Remember that time you made them?
I tried to make them good,
fuck,
yeah.
they were nasty.
Wow, thank you very much.
No, but like
I'm
it's
actually a good cook.
just,
If anyone
you
wants
are.
to know.
She is a fantastic.
Wow,
cook.
they were nasty.
But it's just they're Brussels sprouts. Like, come on, fuck.
Yeah. What else you got?
Hold on. I got it up here. I wrote some notes down.
How well do you know me?
Oh, what would be my dream dinner guest? Dead or alive? Let's see.
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My boy.
Oh, remember when that girl I used to write with?
Yeah,
Her
I
dad
know. I remember.
met
I
him,
I
and
think
you were
about her all
like-
the time.
You had never even met her dad before, but she was on the phone with him.
I talked to him for like a half hour.
And then you guys were, talking about him.
I remember the day he died. I cried.
Yeah.
That man is an amazing person. Let's see if I can grab one more here. What does a perfect day look like for me?
For you?
Yeah.
You get up at 8.
Yeah. It's a good time.
8:30.
Yeah.
And then right now you're on to different things all the time. You'd make your special eggs.
Oh yeah, my
You're
Gordon
making
Ramsay
your special
eggs.
eggs now.
Gordon Ramsay. It hurts your shoulder a little bit when you make the eggs, but you just got to mix them on and off
And then
for
you'd
like 10
have
minutes.
2 egg and cheese sandwiches,
Oh yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
And then you'd probably make your to-do list.
Yeah. Get
And
shit
then
done for the
you'd-
day.
Probably your favorite thing, like on your perfect day.
Yeah, like well, what would I do on a?
Then you'd probably go see your friend Zach.
Yeah, good dude.
You play with Zane a little bit.
Yeah.
Bring him to soccer.
Yeah, he started soccer.
Yeah, and he doesn't listen at all.
No, it was.
And then you'd end the day off with eating appetizers while watching football and falling asleep on the couch.
That's sounds glorious.
Yeah. What's my perfect day?
Your perfect day would be getting up probably around 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Having a coffee ready for you, flavored, not
Yes,
regular.
Flavored vanilla, yes.
Sitting in your swing, watching a live.
Yep. On TikTok.
On TikTok. Probably play a little guitar in the afternoon. Sitting by yourself, nobody home.
Having a completely empty house.
Yeah.
Playing chill jazz in the
Yeah,
background.
playing chill jazz. Do a little guitar.
Write a song.
Write a song. By about 5 or 6. You'd make yourself a bagel.
Oh, yeah.
An egg and cheese bagel.
Eventually, when I got really hungry enough.
And then you wouldn't eat lunch. And then in the evening, you would probably have something on Netflix while watching a live.
Yeah.
Popping a White Claw.
Oh, yeah. White Claw clock.
And
hello.
then staying up till 2 a.m. doing just that.
Wow.
Well, it's true.
Doing just what? Just watching Netflix and drinking White Claw?
Well, watching Netflix and watching a live.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know you.
Don't
Next
forget
time you
the-
come back with a set of questions.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, now that you sprung this on me.
That's
I'll
right.
have
Well, I
to
didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to tell you what questions
Maybe we
I
should
was
make
doing.
that a thing. We like spring things on each other.
Oh,
Like
okay,
surprises.
Sure. All right,
near
you're
the
up
end.
next. Actually, last episode we talked about your meditation, or not the meditation, the affirmations that you were doing, and you were doing like a 7-day
Yes, which
Yeah, how'd
actually,
that go?
so I haven't finished it yet because on the second day,
Yeah.
this is my theory. On the second day, it gets into a little deeper about
mean, deeper?
learning about yourself and why you have fear of certain things. Like you dig down deep.
Yeah.
And the energy changes. Like when you're messing around with hypnosis, it's nuts. Like
Yeah.
I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
I think I started to do a lot of shadow work after, like on like my subconscious on its own.
What's shadow work?
Shadow work, meaning working through my issues, trying to
good. There you go.
like. So when you're doing hypnosis, it's your subconscious mind that does the work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the mind that you don't. It's your higher self. It's your highest mind, the mind that, is still there when you're sleeping, but you just don't even know because you're not awake, right? So it's your subconscious, and so that's the one that gets shit done. And so I found myself working through some problems in my head, like why did this happen, and why do I have this fear? Why do I have that fear? And I had to take a bit of a break from it.
Was it too much, like, emotionally?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
When you have a lot, when you are trying to open up your mind and understand yourself more, there is a lot of shit that comes out. And even you can ask anyone who's been hypnotized. A lot of people cry when they go down deep and they dig and they're in hypnosis. But and I have cried a lot during hypnosis as well. And it's funny because when you get into the hypnosis, he tells you to close your eyes and then act as if like your eyes literally won't open. So when I close my eyes and then he says that, I'm like, and then he even says, and actually, why don't you test that theory? Try and open your eyes.
You feel like they're shut?
And they won't open, no matter how you try. And then so at the end of the hypnosis, you open your eyes and all these tears fall out because literally.
So you were crying?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But you didn't know because your eyes were shut. Like, I'm not kidding. This stuff is freaking wild. It's wild.
So you only did 2 days?
Yeah, so I've got the rest of the workshop to do. But the thing is, I also watch him on live. And he does a lot of these hypnoses on live.
Do you do it? Like, do you
I
do
just
it with
did
them?
one upstairs.
Oh, did you? What were
before
you
we came down.
hypnosizing?
Hypnosis to make money.
Oh, let's make it rain.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll buy a private jet.
You never know.
We'll
Never
race
say
ours with Taylor Swift's.
Never say never.
It's Justin Bieber.
Here's something,
that's awesome, though. That's good.
I'll let you know.
I'm glad you're doing it. No, yeah, I think you should keep it all of us updated because I think it's a cool journey for all of us to go on together.
Yeah. And
make a believer out of me, you know? I don't, like I said last episode, I don't really...
Yeah, but you haven't really looked into it since then.
I don't. But I mean, I...
I don't.
And I have, well, it's...
You just think he's a random guy.
I don't think he's a random guy. I mean, like, I'm sure he's doing whatever, but it's not for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what it is. You know, I shouldn't say it doesn't work.
It's not for you until I manifest our first $1 million. And then you'll be like, let me know a little bit more about this.
Once you make that $1 million, let me know. And then I'll start hypnotizing the shit out of it. So, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, please like and subscribe to the podcast. That's what keeps us going. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, and also, I keep on forgetting to mention that I'm also on Cameo now.
Yes.
And if anybody, if you're not really interested in joining us on Patreon, which is where you could direct message me and I would for sure see it, you can go on Cameo and message me there. I think it's like $2.99, but I'll for sure see your message. Because what's happening now is I'm not really seeing a lot of people's messages because it's growing. We're growing so fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's those
like a
options.
Social media person, for fuck's sake.
Well, that's what I manifested.
Person to edit all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, please like, subscribe, all that type of jazz. We appreciate everyone's support. Check us out on Patreon. We got a big show coming up April 19th. We mentioned earlier details. Will be all over Facebook, Instagram, socials.
BrieLawrenson.com.
BrieLawrenson.com.
Brie Lawrenson Music on TikTok.
Yeah. Check us out. And we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Later.
We gave away a Yeti cooler in October, $1,000 in December, and because of the Patreon family, Bree Lawrenson Patreon family, we were able to donate $500 to the Children's Hospital here in Ottawa. Thank you to my Patreon family. Join the fun. Check it out, Bree Lawrenson on Patreon. We do giveaways all the time, and with 68 new members, we would love to keep growing. Check us out, Bree Lawrenson on Patreon.